So just a quick little bit on pie charts. So these are the circular type representations for that you're going to get. So the circular charts that you'll come across. So there's little bits in it to know. They're in the shape of a circle. You can see one there. They look something similar to this. And each piece is called a sector. So your pie chart's going to be split up into little pieces. Each of these little pieces is called a sector. Each sector will take up some degrees of the circle. Okay, a full circle has 360 degrees. That's going to be very important to remember. And then just a few bits that you might want to keep in mind to make your life a little handy. 90 degrees is a quarter of a circle, 180 degrees is half a circle, and 120 degrees is 1/3 of a circle. Okay, so trying some questions. It says that the pie chart shows 180 boys at a Superfit Academy, and they choose 5 sport options. So they have 5 sporting options, and they're all listed in your chart over here. And the first question is, find the angle in the sector representing swimming. So we go to our chart and we look and we see that there's a little gap here for swimming, and we need to find the angle in it. So what degrees is in there? Well, I know that a full circle, so all of these together, has to add to 360. So I know that 45 plus 90 plus 60 plus 120 plus what I'm missing, which I'll call x, has to give me 360 degrees. Okay, so I'll start doing this. So I'll go 45 plus 90 plus 60 plus 120. That gives me 315 plus some other angle gives me 360. Well, what is that other angle? Well, very simply, that works out to be, if we just take it away there, and you could have nearly done it in your head. So 360, take away 315. That gives me a 45 degrees. Okay, it's degrees because it's an angle in here. That's why I put a little degrees with it. Okay, so that's the first part. Second part, question is, how many boys chose soccer? Okay, how many boys chose soccer? So just clearing off our chart a bit. I know that the soccer has taken up 120 degrees. So that's 120 degrees is taken up by soccer. Oh, that's 120 degrees out of a whole 360 degrees for the full circle. So as a fraction, that is 1/3. So 1/3 of the boys chose soccer. So I need 1/3 of 180. So I'll go 1/3 multiplied by 180, and that'll give me the amount of boys, and that is 60. Okay, so again, very important to note, a whole circle is 360 degrees. That's going to really help us in this. Okay, and then our last part, part 3, it said, what percentage chose golf? Well, what percentage chose golf? Well, I'll go to golf, and golf is 45 degrees. So that is 45 degrees out of a possible 360 degrees. So I'll go 45 out of 360. So 45 out of 360 gives me 1/8. 1/8. So 1/8 is what that 45 takes up. But what is that as a percentage? Well, to turn any fraction to a percentage, multiplied by 100. So 1/8 by 100 gives me, I'll do it here, 12.5%. Okay, so 1/8 multiplied by 100 gives me your 12.5%, and that's what takes up golf. Okay, now we'll look at another question. Okay, one more question. I'll do one more after that, but we'll do this one first. So it says 120 first year girls were asked to name their favourite sport. The results are given in the pie chart. So we've all the results in there. First it says, how many girls named tennis as their favourite sport? Well, the first one, tennis. Tennis is taking up how much? Tennis is taking up 90% or sorry, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Tennis takes up 90 degrees of that circle. So that is 90 out of 360, which is 1/4. So 1/4 is taken up by tennis, and that's 1/4 out of 120. So I'll multiply it by 120 because that's the amount of girls. So 1/4 by 120 is 30 girls. Okay, so the first one, this tennis one, is 30 girls if you want to put 30 in there. Okay, second one, athletics. So I go to athletics. It's 120 degrees. So it's 120 out of a possible 360 degrees. So that's 1/3. 1/3 of, again, 120 gives me what? 1/3 out of 120. 1/3 of 120. Okay, then that gives me 40. Okay, so 40 girls. This is athletics one. This is 40 girls if you want to put the number in beside it. The third one is hockey. Hockey is 45. So that's 45 out of a possible 360 degrees. So that is, from the previous question anyway, 1/8. So 1/8 of 120 is what we're looking for. So 1/8 by 120 gives me 15 girls. So 15 girls picked hockey. So if I go into hockey, I can just put 15 in there if you want. Okay, and then the last one, netball. So part 4, netball. So where's netball? Netball is up here, 60 degrees. So that is 60 out of a possible 360 degrees. So as a fraction, that is 1/6. And I need 1/6 of all the girls, so 1/6 of 120. And that gives me, so 120 divided by 6, so 20 girls. Okay, so 20 girls, so this little netball one, that's 20 girls. If you wanted to put little 20 in beside it, just to show. Okay, and our last question. So it says, in a survey, 72 people were asked what type of heating they had in their homes, and the results are given in the table below. Okay, and we're looking for the type of heating there along the top and the number of households, and we're being asked to draw a pie chart. So I'll get a chart set up. We have a pie chart set up, and I need to start divvying it up into certain sections. So first one is oil. Okay, well, oil is 30 people, so it's 30 people out of 72 altogether. What is that as its simplest fraction? Well, 30 out of 72. Okay, so 30 out of 72. That is 5/12. So I need to split up this chart here into 5/12 to give for oil. 5/12. Okay, well, that's kind of hard. Well, if I had it in degrees, it would be very easy to use my protractor, and I could just then divvy up whatever degrees I needed. So 5/12. 5/12 of a whole circle. So 5/12 of a whole circle would be just 5/12 by 360. Okay, so 5/12 of 360 is what I'm looking for, so that I can then divvy it up using the protractor and draw it in here. So 5/12 of 360 is 150 degrees. So I need to draw 150 degrees in for this one. So if I was drawing it, this would be 90, this would be 80, 150 is somewhere around there. So again, now this has been drawn roughly by hand, so it wouldn't be, you'd be drawing a little bit more accurate now with your protractor. So this is a roughly 150 degrees. Okay, then gas for 24. So that's 24 out of 72 people as a fraction, and in its simplest form, that's 24 out of 72 is 1/3. 1/3. So 1/3 of a whole circle. So that's 1/3 of 360. So 1/3 of 360 is 120 degrees. 120 degrees. So again, if 90 is here, 120 be somewhere like this. This would be nearly 120 degrees. Okay, roughly. So next, 12 for electricity. So that's 12 out of 72. 12 out of 72 in its simplest form is 1/6. So 1/6 of 360 in its for its angle is 60 degrees. Okay, 60 degrees would be something fairly similar to not that, that's a little bit too small. 60 degrees, you'd be talking something fairly roughly like this. 60 degrees. Okay, and then your last one is your solid fuel. So sorry, this is oil, this was gas, this is electricity, and then your last one in here would be your solid. Just to find out what the angle of it is, again do the same process. It'd be 6 over 72, so that would be 1/12 by 360 to find it as an angle. So that is 30 degrees, and like very roughly that is 30 degrees. Not totally accurate, but again, there's just what your pie chart look at, and then from that you can pull out a lot of information. It's a lot better than looking at it's way better than looking at this table here. You can see straight off the bat kind of what's the biggest, what's the smallest, and by how much and all that. It's so a pie chart very easy to visually to look at once you have them drawn.